Welcome back to Black and White, where the aim is getting you more for your gaming money. Something I may have neglected a little, but in this episode that's all going to change as we're covering one of the best value for money outlets this side of theft. Let me tell you about Bundle Stars. Bundle Stars is a website that works with video game developers to offer packages of full release video games for incredibly low prices. How low, I hear you ask? Well, the average price usually falls between £2 to £3. I am so not kidding. 8 games for £3? That's insane! I will concede that the games on offer aren't going to be AAA titles. We're not looking at Modern Warfares and stuff like that. But that's not to say that they aren't good. Hell, Master Reboot has turned up in one of these bundles and that game's freaking awesome! But why am I sat here explaining to you when I could be sat here showing you? So, here is my breakdown of but a single bundle that cost me less than £3. 8 games in one review. Let's do this! First on the list is Adventures of Shuggie, a charming little platformer that puts me in mind of a certain Italian plumber's escapades. Though aimed at maybe a slightly younger audience, its challenge definitely ramps up nicely as you progress. It essentially boils down to a huge collection of challenge rooms, within which you will have to collect all the gems to earn a key. Earn enough keys and you can move on to the next area. Simple, straightforward, and not the worst way to burn off a bit of free time. Now, no time to waste, on to the next game. No prizes for guessing which movie franchise the game Paranormal can be compared to. Once that comparison's been made, there's not an awful lot more to say about it. You follow around some poor schmuck with a camcorder as he goes ghost hunting in his own apartment. In terms of scary game, it's pretty damn good. Very well thought out and definitely one for those who enjoy a good scare. Though I find it hard sympathising with a guy who owns so many mannequins in a haunted house. I mean, really? Oh, and make sure to try and find all the different endings. Moving on. XL's is, of all things, a Minesweeper clone. I'm probably not doing it as much justice as I should do, but that's what I'm thinking when I play it. And trust me, I know my Minesweeper. One thing that is unique to Hexels is the sound. As you make different moves, you generate a neat little tune. It's a little hard to explain, so just listen to it for a sec. I mean, how relaxing is that? A nice way to chill out after a long day, this one is. And from one puzzle game to another. Critical mass is what happens when you combine Bubble Bobble with a Rubik's Cube. A brain-melting 3D puzzle when you try to rotate the shape and try to match enough colours to remove a section. But you better hurry, because the shape is gradually growing, and if it gets too big, game over. Much less relaxing than Hexels, that's for sure, but still a good way to test your skills. Another game down, on to the next. Now this is one that I struggled with. For a game that's trying so hard to make me hate it, I find Tiny and Big Grandpa's Leftovers actual gameplay pretty entrancing. I just wish that it had a different art style. And music. And plotline. I just feel like this game is trying way too hard to be way too hipster for its own good. Not to mention that it started off on the wrong foot by forcing me through the tutorial of all of Tiny's tools, only to immediately take them away from me. Only to give them back, and make me do a tutorial on each of them all over again. Why? Who am I kidding? This game is fun, and despite its flaws, I still enjoyed it. Next! We're going to start moving a little downhill in terms of game quality to ones I actually struggled playing. Years compared to the other games on the list. Even the Adventures of Shuggie seems to be aiming a little bit way too low on the age range. There was no challenge, and the game's main focus seemed to be more on look at the cute animals than any real gameplay. Not to mention that it breaks some kind of cardinal rule by having multiple playable characters, but only letting you control one at a time. So you have to suffer the tedium of doing everything literally twice. And now on to my least favourite. Foreign Legion actually broke me. I lost all my reviewer integrity and didn't even finish the first level. I'm not even sure if it was possible to finish the first level. The objective was to protect an ore line for 10 minutes against unlimited enemies. And my god did that time crawl! But the worst bit is, the more dudes you kill, the harder they come, so eventually you're just overwhelmed and can't stop the bullets. I tried, I failed, I rage quit. And I sure as hell didn't feel like sticking around to replay the first level over and over again to get a better gun. And now, I save the best for last. I give you... One Finger Death Punch! Look at it! Bask in its glory! Who'd have thought a 2-button game could be so awesome? That's all it is! Time your left and right attacks with the guys coming in from those directions and unleash the fury! Numerous game modes and a huge campaign, power-up special abilities, weapons, and all while keeping the most simple control scheme since Pong. Hours of fun in this one game. Screw the rest of the bundle, I'd pay the price several times over just for this! Overall, there were hits and misses in this bundle, but I'd say there was a strong majority of hits. Paranormal, Tiny and Big, and of course, One Finger Death Punch. Easily worth the price of standalone games. Who knows, I bet there are people out there that like the games that I didn't. Besides, this is just one bundle. Publishers are constantly putting up offers on packages or standalone games. I promise, if you go there, you'll find something worth the pocket change. Now, if you'll excuse me, those stickmen aren't going to cave their own skulls in. So until next time, I've been Magpie, and the show's been Black and White. Adios!